All right, so I have no idea why I'm so gosh darn excited about this one. Maybe it's because it's quite a longer story than a lot of the other atomic age science fiction monsters. This one is Gargantus, and I love him because up from the slimy depths comes Gargantus, the thing that walks like a man. And look at him. He is an underwater like sea dragon. And I like that. I like underwater monsters because they're of the giant monster world, the underwater monsters are like the underdogs. You know, they're never like Ibira, the crab monster from Godzilla, you know, the what's that one that ice monster from the new Godzilla movie? Anyway, they're always like the weaker, like less powerful creatures, and I don't know, I just like them. They're good characters for me, and this one looks interesting. He looks like an idiot. Like, hold on, watch, check this out. Look at him. Look at him. What was Gargantus? Look at him. Look at, he's like, why does he have giant underwear on? Like, it's not gonna be explained. By the way, the giant underwear won't be, or will it be? I don't know. I've never read this, but I'm fucking excited. I love it. Look at, he's giant, and he's like a lizard, and he's got the gills, and he's got these giant lips, and that stupid elongated, and it's like drooping downwards, like he's like bleh, bleh, bleh. He looks so fucking stupid. I fucking love him. Anyway, anyway, Gargantus is coming. If he enters the city, it's the end for us all. We haven't a chance. We are doomed. Yeah, he's fairly hefty. He's a hefty boy. Probably, I'd say, based on the way they look in comparison. He's about 30 feet tall. Not bad. I'm not mad about it. Oh, man. God damn it. It's cut off. Okay, a deep sea explorer, and it was my last trip that provided me with the most fantastic experience of my life. It began with my arrival at the dock one day. There she is, the new northern bathysphere, waiting to take me further down into the sea than any human has ever gone before. Yeah, that's a bad sign. Exploring unknown depths is always a dangerous job, and everyone was aware of it. Be careful down there, Dan. Don't take any unnecessary chances, boy. By the first sign of any trouble, let us know and we'll pull you up. Right? I will see you later. Okay, so he's going to go down there and he's going to see Gargantus is what's going to happen. I locked the sphere and tensed myself as the men lowered me into the water. This is going to be my last underwater exploration, and I'm getting too old for such hazardous work. Slowly, the sphere went down into the dark, silent depths, down into the mysterious murkiness of the unknown deep. Ooh, look, there's a whole bunch of other monsters down there. You got a little whale, got a giant goldfish, and some kind of sea serpent, which I swear that shit doesn't exist in real life. I've always noticed that the further down I go, the larger are the life forms I see. I hope this time I don't run into any fish too big to handle. Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. Oh, Jesus. Fish are ugly. Look at this thing down here. Look at that guy. That's not a handsome boy. Then suddenly, I heard breathing behind me. There was someone else in the bathysphere. Alright, whoever you are, come on out from there. Don't be angry. It's only me, Dad. Billy, what in tarnation are you doing here? How did you hide in a bathysphere? It's actually a really small container. Anyway, I wanted to go down with you under the sea just once, and I knew you wouldn't let me, so I stowed aboard. Of course, I wouldn't let you come down here. It's much too dangerous. But since you're here, now, I guess there's nothing I can do about it. Then you're not angry with me, Dad? No, I'm not angry. I just hope we don't run into any trouble. Foreshadowing. And then, as if in answer to my fears, the bathysphere began to shake. Dad, what's happening? Something has grabbed the lines. It is pulling on us. It is Gargantus. Look at him. Quickly, I looked through the window and then I saw it. The incredible, the unbelievable. No, such a creature cannot exist, even here in the depths of the sea. But the nightmare creature did exist. He was a living nightmare, a colossal half-human, half-reptilian. His fucking lips. Look at his fucking lips. Oh my god. What the fuck? Look at his lips. He's like spitting bubbles and... Oh my god. If I can, I'm gonna try and put that on the thumbnail. If I can get that. That sure is something. He must be 200 feet tall. He's as big as a skyscraper. Dad, what'll we do? I'm scared. Oh my god. And he's got the diaper on. And it's not being explained. Well, okay, so he's half human. Maybe he made the diaper for himself because he felt subconscious. His human side feels subconscious. I don't know. I'm reaching. I'm trying to give you guys an explanation that I know you're never going to get. And I know how unsatisfying that could be. Easy, son. Don't panic. Look, he's following our lines. He's trying to see where we came from. Higher and higher, the giant went until at last he reached the very surface of the sea. Look! Great Scott! It is a living behemoth! Tossing our bathysphere aside, carelessly he began to head for shore. He's heading for the dock. Quickly run. Call headquarters. Tell them to send troops right away. Are you kidding? It'll take more than troops to stop that thing. It'll take an A-bomb. Bad idea. Ooh, he does look cool. Look at that. And also stupid. He looks cool but stupid. You know what I mean? Anyway. Some of us ran in fear. Others just stood, too frightened to move. Then we heard him speak to himself in guttural, sibilant tones. He can talk? It is unbelievable. There is actually a world of living creatures above the sea where I had thought was naught but barren wasteland. This is the greatest of discoveries. I must learn more. I must explore this surface world further. He's an explorer. He's actually got intelligence and a personality. That's fantastic. He's heading inland. He'll trample us all. Hurry, Billy. Inside the car. In a way, we're responsible for that monster being here. We can't run away. We're going to follow him. The sea monster moved inland, shaking the very earth with his enormous weight. I only pray he doesn't step on anyone. Those gigantic feet could wipe out half a town. Oh, fuck, he's at the airport. He's at the airport. He needs to catch a flight. But the lumbering giant was careful to hurt no one. So far, destruction was not his intent. No, he just wants to explore. He just wants to learn. He just wants to learn about human life. It reminds me a bit of Gorgola. How Gorgola wasn't really evil. He was half ape, but he was also half human. And the human side of him was really inquisitive and curious. That's what this reminds me of. He's the aquatic lizard version of Gorgola. The airport. It's caught his eye. He's heading there. Machines flying in the air. How puny they look. Closer and... Oh, look at that. That's a good fucking shot right there. Closer and closer came the living Leviathan until... Holy smoke. A monster. We're going to crash into him. Hard left rudder and fast, man. Desperately, the pilot swerved his plane. We missed him, thank heavens. Bah, they are too small for me to bother with. Luckily, the giant soon left the airport. He went on until he reached a zoo. Oh, that's not good. But by now, a battalion of troops had arrived on the scene. Look at the size of him. He is beyond belief. Hold your fire, men. If our arms can't kill him, they may set him on a rampage, so stay back. Yeah, I mean, he's not super dangerous or anything. He reminds me a little bit of Droom. He reminds me of everything. They all start to blend together after a while, if you couldn't tell. But he reminds me of Droom. He's just inquisitive. He's a giant lizard and he's just big. He's not dangerous. I don't know. And so, in utter helplessness, the troops locked on as... What manner of creature is this? It's fantastic. An elephant, the mightiest animal on Earth, and the monster has lifted it like it was a baby. If he ever attacks us, what chance would we have? And for a few moments, the denizens from the depths examined the elephant. Then he put him down and moved on. Look, Dad, the city. He's going towards it. Oh no, he can't. He mustn't. If he enters the city, he'll trample thousands of people. I don't think that's what's going to happen. The monster is not stopping. He is coming into the city, and we don't stand a chance he will destroy us. The world is helpless. After I explore further, I shall return and tell my people about it. I, Gargantus, will make them leave the sea and come to live here. For upon the surface world shall be our new home. Okay, you see, he just wants to move in. He just wants to be the Earthling's roommate. Oh, we're gonna try and kill him. We're gonna try and kill him like we always do. But on the outskirts of the city, the nightmarish skyscraper of the sea met with resistance. A unit of National Guardsmen rushed to the scene. The surface creatures, they are attacking me with fire weapons. Isn't that pointless? Because if he's from the water, that's like nothing. Anyway, I don't know. To the amazement and despair of the troops, the savage artillery barrage proves harmless to the monstrous menace. And then, puny fools, did you think you could stop Gargantus? I can make splinters of your toughest steel. And we've got to fall back and make a stand in the city. Where are those Nike missiles? What is a Nike missile? Is that a thing? You see, look right down there. That's what that says, right? Nike missiles. I don't know. The missiles screamed in with explosive fury, and from the fiery holocaust, Gargantus emerged without any sign of injury. Within the so it didn't work anyway. Within the city, a trembling populace was faced with the incredible fact of their inability to stop the angered sea mammoth. The military forces have failed to halt his advance. We are helpless in his path. The city is doomed. Run for your lives. Yep, you're fucking doomed. And now, for daring to oppose the might of Gargantus, closer, you shall feel the full weight of my power. A power mightier than any weapon you can devise. And just as the giant menace was about to take his first step into the defenseless city... Wait! I can't breathe! What? No! No! Anything but that! Any twist but that one! He forgot that he can't breathe! He forgot that he can't breathe! The awesome bulk of Gargantus suddenly weakened and slumped towards the ground. My strength is waning. I can't stand. What is happening? He can't breathe! He can't fucking breathe! For miles around the earth trembled to the shock of the monster's fallen body. Then the city's population, still fearful, still uncertain, gathered near the unconscious Hulk. Gargantus was wrong when he said we were defenseless. We had Mother Nature on our side. For nothing as huge as Gargantus could long survive in our thin atmosphere. Gargantus can only live at the bottom of the sea. Nature has seen to that. But men are creatures of mercy, and so Gargantus was hurled back into the depths from whence he came. Which makes sense. It's a stupid idea, but it makes sense. They tried to kill him, but when he dies, they return him to the sea so that he can survive. Nonsensical actions, but it makes sense because there is actually a sequel to this story. And yeah, we're gonna read that one too. So ends the menace of Gargantus. But the sea is so vast and bottomless, who knows what other monsters may dwell, even deeper monsters, which would even dwarf Gargantus. You've done your share, Dad. It will be for me and those who follow me to probe even deeper, to learn what lurks below. Oh, so he got to retire. That's nice. Yes, no man can imagine what awaits at the bottom of the murky sea. But someday we'll find out, and when we do, we'll be ready to face it or perish in the attempt. Yeah, that's crazy. Have you guys seen that one long-armed squid thing that they found like at super low depths, and it looks like an alien. It looks like something straight out of a goddamn Cthulhu novel. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, they do find stuff. Like, every once in a while, something from the depths of the sea will pop up and we'll catch it on camera or something. And it's just like, what the fuck could possibly be down there? That Lovecraft fellow was really, he was right to fear the bottom of the ocean. That's where the real shit is. But no, we're not done. This video is not over because, like I said, there is in fact a sequel. There is a sequel. Gargantus returns. Yes, he is almost more prolific than Godzilla. Can you imagine? The air, it's getting thin here. It's as though something is squeezing our air holes. Impossible. Nothing can live this far down. Nothing except, yes, Gargantus raids again. He lives. He still lives. Why does he live? Because we returned him to the ocean instead of letting him die. Soon all mankind will be menaced by the return of Gargantus up from the depths of nowhere. He's not from nowhere. He's from the bottom of the sea where, you know... You know what? No, there's no winners here, okay? Gargantus is an idiot for leaving his home, and we're idiots for returning him to his home. I don't know. There's no winners here. I also like this image. I might use this one for the thumbnail. I like it. Anyway, okay. Let's see what this one is about. In answer to your many eager requests, the editor of Strange Tales proudly presents the return of Gargantus. Wow, so people really liked it. People really must have liked that story. I don't know. I thought it was a hoot. God, I can't believe he forgot that he didn't know how to breathe. So how is he even breathing that? No, it's fine. I trust that you guys can perceive how stupid that is. And I'll just leave it at that. The return of Gargantus. Ooh, that's another good one. I might use that for the thumbnail. Lots of good drawings of Gargantus. It's the deep blue is really memorable, but then he gets on land and he becomes a bright orange. So it doesn't really translate. Anyway, it is a little bit haunting, the idea that you could be deep under the water, under the ocean, and then just this fucking monstrous thing just staring at you. That's always been one of my fears. That's why I hate that one video game, Subnautica. I'm gonna have to play that for the channel one day. I fucking suck at it, but it is terrifying. Anyway. I was only a boy that grim day. My father and I lowered ourselves. It's the kid. It's the kid. He's returned. I was only a boy on that grim day. My father and I lowered ourselves down into the depths of the sea where we first saw Gargantus. Look, Dad, it's unbelievable. It's the biggest living creature of all time. It was Gargantus, the frightening, menacing, super powerful Gargantus. He seized our lines. He's following them to see where we came from, yes. Up went the titanic monster, crashing to the surface, thundering into the world which had never dreamed of his existence. It is a living behemoth. Call headquarters, tell them to send troops, goddammit. And it'll take more than troops to stop that thing. It'll take an A-bomb. These are exact rips of the original. Like a colossus of doom, the mighty Gargantus lumbered across our world, trampling our defenses, smashing our civilization, and surviving all attempts to destroy him. But then, as Gargantus reached the outskirts of a desperate, frightened city, his strength waned, his breathing stopped, his consciousness left him. The monster is falling, and our atmosphere is too thin for him, and he cannot breathe our air. But men are creatures of mercy. And the unconscious Gargantus was hurled back into the depths from whence he came. Oh no, did I get myself hiccups? Oh god, I hope not. The water will soon revive him, and he'll be able to live again in the dark, mysterious world where he belongs. Years passed. I grew up. My father died. And how did he die? How did he die? Is it going to be explained? The underwear, by the way, still hasn't been explained. My father died, and in all that time our bathysphere, which due to my father's secret devices could descend deeper than any other on Earth, our bathysphere was never used. While Gargantus lives, no man dare ever again probe the depths of the sea, for if Gargantus were disturbed, he might again be tempted to come to the surface, and next time he might survive our atmosphere, and if that happens, mankind would be doomed. But in the passing years, people eventually forgot Gargantus, and they scoffed at my caution. Okay, so you're afraid? Then at least let somebody else use the bathysphere. I tell you, the risk of arousing Gargantus is too great. I won't allow anyone to take my bathysphere down into the sea. You have no right to deprive science of our underwater findings. They could make in your bathysphere. Okay, so he's there, but that's stupid because they know for a fact that Gargantus is down there, and they know that if they intimidate him, he's going to go on another rampage. So that's stupid. These guys right here are stupid. The longer I refused to use my father's bathysphere, the more the contempt for me grew. His old man had no guts, but the kid, he's yellow. Yeah, he's a mealy-mouthed coward. Fuck that. I'd be like, take it. Take it. Gargantus be damned. Go kill yourself in the sea, I don't care. Then one day, when I came home, what's the matter, Anne? You look down in the dumps. I saw Ethel in the marketplace today. She's so proud of her husband. She was bragging to all the girls. Why? What has Frank done? I'm assuming that they're married. Let's just assume yes. With government aid, he built his own bathysphere, and he and some other men are going to explore the sea, right in the very area where they say you're too frightened to go. Fucking A. I'm fucking pissed. What? That's great. That is the exact response you should have to that. Full zoom out to the entire universe, and you just hear him scream, "What? Are they idiots? Those fools? I must stop them before it is too late." Bill, come back. They know what they're doing. You let them be. They don't know what they're doing, obviously. Because this is a sequel to Gigantus. So obviously they're going to bring back Gargantus. But Franks and the others didn't know what they were doing. I had to stop them. I had to. Don't you understand? Gargantus will see you. He'll follow you back up here and seek his revenge. What nonsense. That sea beast must have died years ago. And even if he isn't dead, we're not afraid of him. Then at least don't dive in the same area. Dive somewhere else. Listen to him. He must think all men are as cowardly as he is. His poor wife didn't. She didn't marry a man. She married a mouse. Oh, Jesus. That's toxic masculinity. God damn it. Don't you get it? We have to bring back the giant aquatic dragon. We have to do it to prove that we're men. Then, ignoring my frantic warnings, they lowered their bathysphere into the sea. Down, down into the abysmal depths, into the strange unknown darkness. Yeah, good. Suddenly, look at that shadow. It's coming closer. Look at those gigantic arms. That enormous head. It's beyond all belief. I wonder what it could be. And it fucking cuts. Perfect. The comic book cuts right there. We don't get to see what happens to them. We can put two and two together. They beat him up. They're very brave, courageous, manly men. I'm sure that they defeated fucking Gargantus on their own. Yeah, that's a trope of like atomic age science fiction. It's always the manly man goes and screws around, gets killed or hurt in some way, and the nerdy scientist has to save him, proving that he's more valuable, brains are more valuable than brawn, and eventually getting the hot girl in the end. You see it sometimes in here, and you see it in a lot of atomic age movies too. They're sending an SOS. They're in trouble. The fools, they've done it. They've awakened Gargantus. Now there was only one thing for me to do. They'll never escape from Gargantus unless I help them. I only hope that I am in time. For the first time in years, I prepared my father's bathysphere, and I had it lowered into the murky sea. I'd better be as skillful with this sphere as my father was, otherwise I won't stand a chance against Gargantus. Yeah, oh my god, look at the fucking buck teeth on this fucking guy. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I like this. I don't like this. I fucking love this shit. The light from the world above grew dim, dimmer than it was gone, as my silent steel globe sank lower and lower into the black sea. I'm entering the world of Gargantus now. I mustn't panic. I must keep my wits about me if I'm to save the others. Then suddenly, the menacing sea thing, the living nightmare called Gargantus, loomed into view. There he is. He's caught their bathysphere. He's trying to crush it. Oh man, there he is. That's my boy. That's my boy. Oh my god. But can't he? Isn't he intelligent though? He knows he's doing that. He's crushing their sub on purpose. Now he sees my sphere. He recognizes it. He's taking the bait. He's letting them go, and he's coming after me. The other sphere is free, but its lines are tangled. They can't rise, and I'm powerless to help them unless I can escape from Gargantus, which you can't, as we've already established. I waited until this stupendous creature was close enough, and then I realized a thick black chemical. Oh, he released ink. He released some ink. Now is the time. The formula dissolved into an inky screen which spread over the entire area, blinding Gargantus and giving me my one chance to escape. I've only seconds to help the others before the smokescreen clears. Feverishly, I extended the sphere's metal pincers and manipulated them in a desperate race against time. I'm getting it just a little more and their lines will be free. Why is he cutting their lines? Isn't that how you, like, pull it up? Or do I just not know how bathyspheres work? A moment later, both bathyspheres were heading towards the surface. The black screen had evaporated. Gargantus can see us once more. Oh, it was smoke screen. Look, the behemoth is coming after us. Again. Frantically, we reached the surface and were hoisted into the pier. But just as the pursuing monster came into view, he's back. Gargantus is back. Gargantus will walk the earth once more, and it will be the end of all mankind. Oh, that's crazy. It's crazy that should happen. If only someone had fucking, I don't know, warned you, whatever. I don't feel bad for people. You know, there's one thing that I really hate in this world. It's stupid people. I can't stand stupid people. Can't stand them. And everybody is stupid, I tell you. Gargantus, Part 2. Folie à Deux. That's the name of that new Joker movie, Folie à Deux. Isn't that the second part? Or, I don't know. What is that? Is that French? What does it mean in... I don't know. It looks stupid, by the way. I'm not into it. Joker should be killing, not dancing. Anyway. Falling in love with Lady Gaga. Jesus Christ. You remember when Joker used to kill people? And, like, he would, like, make gases and shit, and he'd be, like, fun, and it was fun to watch him. Yeah, those days are long gone. As the pursuing Gargantus neared the pier, a departing freighter crossed his path. Without the slightest hesitation, the Colossus of the Seas attacked the oncoming vessel, as the astonished passengers took to the water to avoid the giant's onslaught. My god, ooh, that's a nice picture. I'm not going to use that one for the thumbnail. But it's a nice one. I mean, maybe I should. Nah, if only he was blue, then I would use it. Maybe. There might be something I can do about that. While the frantic passengers swim to safety of the nearby shore, Gargantus raised his gigantic bulk to the pier, and then... Creature of the surface world, I remember you. That's right, he can talk. Your father, years ago, brought you deep into my domain. You were the first humans ever to dare disturb Gargantus. Where is your father now? He died 18 months ago. Died? Then yours shall be the task I would have given to him. You shall tell mankind that Gargantus has returned, and this time he will stay to rule the surface world. Never. Earth's surface belongs to men, and will never surrender it to a non-human tyrant. What? You dare speak thus to Gargantus? Insolent pup, I'll teach you a lesson you'll soon forget. You'll never forget. That is ballsy, talking shit to a giant lizard man. Hoots. Diaper still not explained. I ran swiftly as I could to a nearby abandoned warehouse, and I will smash you to a pup. You'll have to catch me first, you fucking son of a bitch. Where are you hiding? Reveal yourself. I will find you. You won't escape the wrath of Gargantus. Like an angry giant storming through a toy village, the monstrous Gargantus hurled himself. That's not correct. It's actually Gargantus. Hurled himself at the ramshackle building, demolishing it with his unimaginable strength. But after several long, thunderous minutes of futile searching, bah! I'll attend to the mortal later. First, there's the more important business of conquering the surface world. He wants to conquer now? I thought he just wanted to be a roommate. I thought he was just going to move in. I'll take a continent at a time, starting with this one. He speaks of continents as though they are mere anthills. He must be stopped. But how? The last time he menaced us, our bullets, bombs, and rockets were useless against him. It was only our thin air atmosphere which defeated him. And this time he seems immune even to that. Oh, what are you going to do? Ooh, what is this? Gargantus soon left the waterfront and traveled inland. Look! It's fucking Gargantus. Look! There he is. He's risen from the sea, again. The monsters come back, and we're powerless against him. Funny mortals, you shall be among the first to feel the power of the supreme might of Gargantus. He's digging into the ground, and I'm getting out of here fast. In scant seconds, the cars were deserted as the motorists headed for the hills, and then... Now, gaze upon the power of Gargantus. Did you see that? He's like a walking atom bomb. His strength is unimaginable. He's a maddened beast, and nothing will stop him. Nothing. That town in the distance shall be next to feel the wrath of Gargantus. With the very ground shaking beneath his immense weight, the menacing mammoth lumbered into the nearby town. Gaze, mortals, upon the awesome Gargantus. Tremble before the mighty Gargantus. Sire, the Martians are breaking through our defenses. Wait, what? Oh, it's a movie theater. We must hold them back. We must, otherwise all Venus is doomed. Bah, what nonsense these science fiction movies are. All the nonsense, it's just ridiculous until suddenly... Hey, what is that huge shadow on the screen? It must be part of the movie. No, it's too big. No, it cannot be. It is him. Gargantus, he has returned. Hurry, everyone, out of the theater. Out of the theater, man. You mean out of the goddamn town. Yeah, that's what he means. With Gargantus on the loose, no place on Earth will be safe. So far, we had been lucky. Gargantus has injured nobody. I guessed that his purpose was merely to panic us, to make us lose the will to resist. Then that night, while he slept, I began to work. This must defeat him. If it doesn't, nothing else will. What is it? Secret weapon time. The following morning, Gargantus awoke to find himself surrounded by 2 army battalions. So, the soldiers have come. You fools, you think you can defeat the mighty Gargantus with puny bullets and bombs and rockets? We can sure try. Yeah, it's going to be a fight. Bah! Once before you tried and you failed, and now you shall fail again. And yes, Gargantus is right, General. Your battalions can't stop him, but I alone can destroy this creature of evil. You, motherfucker? I challenge you to fight me, Gargantus, on your own home ground beneath the sea. Do you accept my challenge? Why, you insignificant insect, of course I accept your challenge. The last time we met, you escaped me, but under the sea you shall not escape. Alright, here it is. Here's the finale. And so, the battle was arranged. Gargantus and I would enter the sea together, but only one of us would return to the surface alive. In a few moments, mortal, you shall feel the fury of the all-powerful Gargantus. We'll see, Gargantus, we shall see. Once again, the bathysphere splashed into the sea and descended beneath the foamy surface. Once again, it went down to where light vanishes into a world of murky strangeness. What? Why do you not stop and fight? I must go down, down to where the sea pressure is so great that even Gargantus cannot stand it. But if I hoped to destroy Gargantus by immense water pressure, I was mistaken. We are almost at the bottom of the sea, far below Gargantus' home ground, and he doesn't even seem to feel the pressure. We have descended far enough, mortal. Now we shall fight, whether you want to or not. Gargantus, you know damn well that's not a fair fight. You're like 100 times his size. Come on. Oh god, here he comes. Prepare, surface creature, to meet your doom. Yeah, you're fucked, dude. That means I have to try my final plan. The one thing that must destroy Gargantus if ever Earth is to survive. Let's see. Okay, he's grabbed the bathysphere. He's going to crush it. What are you going to do? Whoa, is it electricity? He's holding the sphere in an iron grip. He's caving in the sides. Now's the time to throw the switch. This was it. This was my ace in the hole. There, fathoms below the surface, the domain of the savage Gargantus, he met his end. It's over. Gargantus will menace us no longer. Minutes later, up in the pier, it was the sea that spawned Gargantus, and it was the sea that destroyed him. Although no amount of electricity here on Earth could harm the mighty creature, I knew that the further down I went, the more the water pressure would magnify the current. Is that how that works? Scientists in the audience, is that how that fucking works? So I wired the bathysphere and waited for him to grab it. Then the electric shock, magnified by the water, finished him. My boy, you have saved all mankind. I want to apologize, Bill, for calling you a coward. You showed more guts, more daring than any of us. We owe you a debt of gratitude that we could never repay. You don't owe me a thing except a promise and a hope. I promise that no man will ever dive in this region again, and let us hope that this time we've really seen the end of Gargantus. And you have. We hope so, Bill. For the sake of the world as we know it, we hope so. Well, no, that's not the end of Gargantus. He made other appearances in other comic books, but that's the end of him in normal continuity. Like, he doesn't have any significant, like, story after this. That's pretty much the end of him. But yeah, what did you guys think of Gargantus? That's so funny that they call him Gargantus, and if you guys noticed in the middle of the story, they were calling him Gigantus, which is, oh my god. It's so funny. Just the random stupid names they give them. They don't even care. They just throw a fucking dart at a dartboard and that's the name that they give them, you know what I mean? Just anything. What is it, a giant blanket? Call him Blanco the Amazing or some shit, you know? But I love it. I love it. I love it because it's such a part of our human culture, you know? It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, what did you guys think of Gargantus? Personally, I loved it. The only problem is, diaper, still unexplained. It's completely unexplained. The only idea that I can even remotely come up with is that he made it himself because he was self-conscious, but even that doesn't make sense because he was living under the sea. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that's the end of it. If you liked reading this comic book with me and you want to read more comics with me, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Until next time, nerds, stay heroic.